I'm making a really light and delicate pasta. This is a combination of crab, and look how gorgeous this raw crab is. This is blue swimmer crab with a combination of fennel and cream. This is one of those pastas that I love to call a la minute pasta because from start to end it takes 15 minutes. Now in my pan I'll add a little bit of olive oil, about a teaspoon, not too much. And I'll heat that over a medium heat. I don't want this to be too hot because I don't want my garlic and my shallots to burn. 2 shallots for this recipe. You can use onion, but I love the sweetness of these French shallots. Now once you've finely chopped the eschalots or French shallots, I'll add them to the pan first. Scrape all that up. And then 1 clove of garlic that I'll roughly chop. Now that can go in. A very small pinch of salt. And then with a wooden spoon, I'll just mix that to coat everything in the oil and just allow that to soften. Now while that's happening, we can get on to preparing the fennel. Fennel and crab work so well together. I think the aniseed flavour from the fennel really heightens the sweetness of the crab. Ideally you want to get raw crab, but of course you can use cooked crab too. Or even better, if you buy a whole crab, all you need to do is just boil it and then pick the meat out. Now for the fennel, I need a small fennel. This was a small one. If you've got large fennel, just use half of it and finely chop it so it does cook quite fast. Now I'm going to add my fennel. I might add just a little bit more olive oil and then stir that in. Now I'll add a little bit of butter, so about a teaspoon, and then melt that in. Along with the butter, white wine. So again, flavours that go so well with a sweet crab. In with the wine, and now we need to deglaze the pan, allow that to come to the boil, and we want to cook off that raw alcohol flavour so the wine becomes sweet. So constantly stirring this. Now because this is a really quick pasta, you want to have everything ready to go. Just like a big pot of boiling water. This is for our pasta. I'll add a big pinch of salt. Be generous with the salt when you're cooking pasta. Now have a look in here. This has reduced nicely. There's no more moisture in there, so that's the perfect time to add our cream. I'm using cooking cream, and this is going to thicken up fast, giving us a really luscious sauce. I'll start with about 200 millilitres of cream, stirring that in, and another pinch of salt. Now it's time for the pasta. You can see how fine angel hair pasta is. Again, a perfect match for a delicate sauce like this in the water, and really only 2 minutes. I'll just use my tongs just to mix it together so it doesn't stick. And then while that's cooking, we'll finish the sauce off with the crab. Now this is nice big chunky pieces of crab. I'll add it as is, and then with my spoon I'll crumble it up. And you'll see the crab go from this translucent colour to a really rosy pink as it starts to warm up. Now for the herbs. My herb of choice is chives and a little bit of parsley. These are really soft herbs, so again, herbs that go with seafood. Just with a sharp knife and finely chop them. Small handful. And then for the parsley, don't forget the fennel fronds. I've given them a wash. Again, we'll chop them. Dill would also work really nicely with this. All right, they don't go in until the last minute, so we'll hold off. Let's have a look at this crab. It's changing colour now, it's firming up. It's looking really good, so I'll turn the heat off now and we can add our pasta. And it's okay if some of the water goes in. This is a little bit thick now, so it's just going to thin out the sauce a little bit. I might add a little bit more water. Perfect. And then because it is a very fine pasta, very carefully fold that cream and that crab through the pasta. Oh, it looks good. Now for our herbs. Scatter them in, and then one last stir. So I'll just get my tongs. I'm going to just twirl the pasta and then with a spoon in the centre of the plate. And then a big spoon of the crab meat. I'm going to be greedy guts and add quite a lot of it because it's so good on top. And then a few more fennel fronds. And that is a restaurant quality dish made at home in 15 minutes. You know, if I was on a date night, this is something I would make to impress my partner.